Hello, 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 Black Healing Matters family. This is Danielle here at the Black Healing Matters podcast, where we share with you ideas that will hopefully move you one step closer to your healing. And today is a wonderful day because it's Friday. It's a beautiful, wonderful, amazing, fantastic Friday before a 3-day weekend. So that makes it even more amazing, fantastic. And it's also Finance Friday. Yes, yes, yes. So Finance Fridays, we break down something financial every Friday. So last Friday, I believe we talked about some gifts that you could buy that were also great investments. So I really hope that you got a chance to hear that episode. If you didn't hear that episode, please go back to the archives and check it out because it's really dope. 3 things that you can buy, that you can invest in, that are also great gifts instead of just throwing money away. Because we all know that, buying items for Christmas, of course, it's necessary to buy some things, like food. You can't really invest in food necessarily. But those 3 things that I mentioned last Friday, were really solid items, solid things that you could buy, that you could invest in, that would really provide a return on your money instead of just buying something that will get old, dusty, and end up in a dumpster somewhere within a matter of months or years. So I hope you listened to that. If you didn't, go back and listen because it's dope. I promise you, it's well worth the time and effort, okay? All right, but that's not today's topic. Today's Finance Friday is focused on those of us who have already screwed the pooch. Yeah, we apparently, this is the time of year where, especially if you're a parent, that you might have already blown your budget or spent well more than you wanted to. According to this Forbes article that I came across, 62% of parents spend more on their kids than they should have for the holidays. 62%. So it's quite possible, rather likely statistically, that you might be one of those people if you have children. So today we're going to talk about 4 steps that you can take to mitigate the damage, to do damage control in case you've already blown your holiday budget, okay? Yes, I know it's the Friday before Christmas, and so if you're on, you've probably already been shopping and already spent quite a lot of money. But if you've already gone overboard a bit, I'm here for you to help you out. As Black folks, this is something that we often run into is I know in my family, this is what we did. My mother did, rather. She would overspend for Christmas because she knew that income tax check was coming in a few months. Don't tell me I'm the only one who know about that. I know you know about that. So, I know that many of our families, Black families, they feel they are headed by one person, a single parent. And, that this time is very stressful. It's a lot of pressure on a single parent to provide a good Christmas for their children. And, everybody wants to provide a good Christmas for themselves and their children. And I get that. But our finances are really our livelihood because, finances allow freedom. And without that freedom, we're bound and really not free, obviously. So I really, really suggest, I strongly recommend not to overspend. But in case you have, again, I got your back. And coming up next, we're going to offer you 4 steps to recovering from overspending. Be right back. And we're back at it. And so, as promised, I have 4 steps to recovering just in case you have blown your budget for the holidays. And I want to say before we start where I've gotten this information from. I didn't actually create these steps, not this time. I usually do, but not this time. I got this from a Forbes.com article that I thought was pretty insightful, so I thought I'd share these steps with you. So the first step to recovering if you have blown your budget already is number 1, to face the damage. And so that means, first of all, understanding what you've spent, okay? Actually tallying what you've spent and understanding the damage, how much behind you are on your budgeting. Okay? So obviously, if you've severely overspent, then it's time for you to make some serious moves, okay? But this first step is really important because oftentimes, I don't know about you, but for me, when I know there's a problem, my first reaction is to hide from it. You know, especially if you're spending on credit, you're just kind of swiping the credit card and you don't even want to think about what that bill is going to look like. Right? You just kind of keep swiping and hoping and praying that it goes through. Standing there at the register like, okay, Lord, come on. Right? Come on, I know I'm not the only one. Yeah, so especially when you know that you've overspent, that's the first reaction from me, and I'm sure many people as well. Or you may just decide to kind of like not do anything about it at all. Like, you know that it's a problem, but you just don't act on it. And so the first step is really unemotionally, taking your emotion out of the situation, the fear, the anxiety, really, dealing with that first, and then taking a look at the damage, what you've spent. Maybe you have to call your credit card company or actually, look up your account online to figure out where you stand, because that's really important for you to be able to move on to step number 2. So step 2 is to determine what you still need. So taking inventory of what you've spent, also take inventory of what you have. What actually did you buy? Did you buy gifts for everybody that you have to buy gifts for? Have you got all your bases covered? Everything down, and don't forget not just the gifts, but the food, the travel expenses, the entertainment. All of those things are gonna tax your budget. And so take a look at those things. What do you need to spend? What do you need that you don't yet have? Okay, and start to kind of tally how much that's going to cost. Project that budget, and from that, then you can determine how close you are to fitting within your budget, if you're over budget or not. Next, step number 3 is to go ahead and price out the things that you still need. So if you still need to buy a certain gift for your kids, or a certain gift for a friend or family, or you maybe still need to buy food or something like that, consider some ways that you can get those things for cheaper. One of the great ways that this particular article recommends, and I think this is a fantastic idea, is to use gift card swiping websites like Cardpool or Raise. And basically these websites are places where you can buy gift cards at a discounted rate. Isn't that awesome? So you're basically getting discounted cash. I mean, that's dope. That's a great idea. So, if you need to buy some more gifts, or maybe you haven't blown your budget yet and, you're just listening to this as a kind of preemptive thing, go and get yourself some gift cards at the places where you know that you're going to buy, and instead at a discounted rate. So instead of paying full price, paying cash for everything full price, then you get this discount because you're able to buy this gift card at a discounted rate. How sweet is that? That's a great idea. Okay. Also, if you're just kind of you're scraping rock bottom here, you're either over budget or you're close to zero, then it's really time to invest in some creative ideas. And last week I talked about one tip, one thing that you could buy, that you can invest in, that is also a buy that's also an investment, and that was an experience. And so if you're low on funds in general, I would highly suggest that you invest in experiences, because experiences don't come with price tags. And so you can offer a really phenomenal experience if you get creative for a very low price. An experience that, if you intentionally plan out and prepare, can be magical, really make your holiday season a fantastic experience. Like wrapping gifts together, or doing something for charity, getting your kids together and doing a service project together. I know that for myself, one of the most memorable Christmases of my entire childhood was when my mother, my two younger brothers, and I went to the Mission, which was basically a homeless shelter that provided assistance for men, particularly homeless men. We went there on Christmas Day, and we served food to these homeless men. And that was one of the most gratifying, enriching experiences of my Christmas childhood experience. Like that is a memory. I'm, over 30 years old now, and I still remember that decades ago, because it was an experience. Now, how much did that cost my mother to provide that experience for us? Nothing. Right? It didn't cost her a thing. So think about experiences that you can provide that don't cost all that much, and that will be remembered for a long time to come. All right, let's move on. Keep it moving to step number 4. So now that you have gone through the first 3 steps and you've got a hold on your finances, you know what you need to buy, and now you know where you can get it for cheap, or just, do something else and altogether. Now you need to set an intention. Yeah, here I go again with the intentions. But it's so important. That's why it keeps coming up, y'all. So set an intention to make sure that your new year, 2018, is better. Okay? That you do better, that you behave better, that you don't get yourself into this situation again next year. Okay? And that doesn't start during the holiday season of 2018 next year. It starts at the beginning of the year, right? It starts with the habits of mindful spending and being very aware of our spending habits, and really living within, or I recommend below, our means, but that's a different episode. Okay, I'm not even gonna go there. But simply setting the intention to make sure that this is not a habitual issue for you, a chronic problem. Because again, not only is this affecting you and your family, of course, I know you want to provide a great experience for them, a great Christmas for them, but your spending habits translate to the people around you as well, especially your children. Yes. If you don't think that's true, how are your spending habits compared to your parents, or whatever parent that raised you? I'm willing to bet that they're probably similar, or that you have some remnants of their behavior. So, this is a very important issue when it comes down to living within our means, and treating our finances with respect, because it's not just about us. We also impact the people around us, especially our next generation. And so on that note, I hope these 4 steps help you, especially if you have already blown your budget. There is hope, but the ball's in your court now. You got to make the next move. I gave you the 4 steps, and I'm hoping that this can make an impact for you. So comment, send me a shout out, let me know how these 4 steps have gone for you, if you've implemented them. And as always, stay blessed. Merry Christmas. and Black Healing Matters.
Hey there, it's Dr. Get a Headspace here calling you from London, England. I do the Wellbeings podcast with my co-host Dr. OG Agbim, who just so happens to be my father. I'm just listening to your station for the first time and my eyes were like popping out. We have a lot of similar interests. You say wellness, I say well-being. It's all beautifully the same. I'd love you to check out our station, The Wellbeings, when you've got a chance. And how we're both two doctors trying to broaden the discussion of true health. And also your station's great.
What's going on, Danielle, and the Black Healing Matters podcast? This is Cadre. Good morning. I hope all is well with you guys. Early Merry Christmas to everyone. Danielle, I wanted to say thank you for the call-in. I really appreciate your kind words and appreciate you taking your time to hear what I have to say. Congratulations on making it to the top 100. Really speaks to the great content that you're putting out there into the world. So thank you, and hope you guys have a great day.
Black Healing Matters. This is like the second time that I've heard you speak. And I have to say, your energy, your voice, the way you speak is so energetic but yet calm. I really love that about you. This is really a wonderful platform to meet with people. I absolutely love Anchor to the T, especially when I get to meet people. I wanted to say thank you for reaching out to me. I honestly forgot to get back to you, but thank you for reaching out to me. I really do appreciate that. And it's wonderful to see my brothers and sisters that are black, man, coming together and building a positive community. You know, this ain't about twerking or all this other crazy stuff or gang banging. It's about helping and uplifting each other, man. And I'm not on Facebook, but I'm gonna have to check you out on there. I'm thinking about building my own Brilliance Hub Facebook page of community with people as well that love learning and love wisdom. So just want to say thanks and God bless you.
What's going on? This is Ann Capone, and I was just here for the most part. You always support me. I always see your logo in all of my episodes. So thank you for the support. I believe in what you do, you know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, black healing does matter. So, this is Ann Capone, and I am out.
Hey, Black Healing Matters. This is social media marketer. And I want to say, first of all, thanks for liking my station. And yeah, concerning your platform, what I think you should do, I checked out your website. And the first thing you need to do is you need to get a theme-based website. Since you write about health, you need to get someone to build you a website that is based around health, meaning colors and position of opt-in forms. You want to, first of all, anybody who comes to your website, you want to give them some object, some information like tips, and it pops up on your website. Number two, you can't go wrong with Facebook. Basically because everybody's on Facebook right now, and YouTube, you can never go wrong with that as well. So you need to do two things. You need to have a Facebook strategy, you need to have a YouTube strategy, and with podcast, it's going to be an additional help. So if you need more information, holla.
Hello, Danielle at Black Healing Matters. This is D Souls Productions LLC Legacy. Just wanted to thank you for favoring my station. I really enjoyed your the breathing sessions with me. Studying my Tai Chi. I really can relate. So keep the good content coming. Looking forward to connecting and contacting you soon. Be safe. Peace.
The podcast you just heard was recorded with Anchor. If you want to make your own, download the Android or iOS app completely free from anchor.fm/podcast. That's anchor.fm/podcast.